Big trouble at Alexander Stadium. Mondo Duplantis walked in chasing his fourth straight European title in a row, but this was not going to be easy. Not this time. Cold wind hit the stadium hard. It messed up his rhythm. He missed a height he clears all the time. Easy. Emmanuel Corrales pushed him hard, right to the edge. Then, Mondo raised the bar to a height no one had ever cleared at this event. Ever. After a tough loss and an injury this year, could he still pull off something amazing? Let's set the scene, because it matters a lot. Birmingham, final night of the 2026 European Championships. Temperature dropping fast, wind swirling across the runway. Pole vaulters hate wind more than anything. One bad gust can ruin a perfect jump. But the organizers gave the vaulters one small treat that night. Every jumper picked their own music for the final. But guess what? The whole crowd still moved to Mondo's beat. He came in at 5.55 meters and flew over it, no problem at all. Then he skipped 5.70. Corrales, the Greek star, now second on the world all-time list, did the exact same thing. Both men skipped that height. Both were saving their energy. Both knew the real fight was still an hour away. At 5.85 meters, Duplantis soared over with room to spare, more than 13 centimeters. Corrales matched him step for step. Then both skipped 5.95, leaving France's Baptiste Thierry alone at that height. Thierry failed 3 times. His night ended with bronze and the best jump of 5.85 meters. Now it was down to 2 best friends and also the 2 best vaulters on Earth. The bar climbed to 6 meters, and this is where things got wild. Duplantis knocked the bar off on his first try. 6 meters is 31 centimeters below his own world record. He clears it in warm-ups, no sweat. He clears it half asleep. But in Birmingham, on a cold and windy night, he missed. Corrales missed too. Both men cleared it on try number 2, and the whole crowd let out a huge breath. Then the bar rose to 6.10 meters, the old European Championship record, the one Duplantis himself set back in Rome in 2024. He flew over it on his very first try. Corrales, what next? And he came so close it hurt to watch. He cleared the bar clean, then clipped it on the way down, and it crashed onto the mat. That one moment decided the gold medal, and both men knew it right away. Then Corrales made a bold, brave call. He skipped his last 2 tries at 6.10 and jumped straight to 6.15 meters, a height nobody had ever cleared at a European Championship. Duplantis went first, 1 run, 1 plant, 1 clean jump. The bar wobbled as he passed over it. Half the crowd stopped breathing, but it stayed up. 6.15 meters, a brand new championship record, 5 centimeters higher than before, and gold medal number 4 in a row. Corrales had 1 shot left. He missed his first try at 6.15, skipped the rest, and asked for the bar at 6.20 meters, a height that would have beaten Duplantis outright. He came within a fingertip of it. The bar shook, held for a second, then fell. His run was over. He took silver with his 6-meter jump, his second European silver in a row after Rome. Nobody in that stadium felt bad for him, though. Corrales pushed the greatest vaulter ever deeper into a fight than anyone has in years, and Duplantis was closing out a truly historic night in Birmingham. Britain's Amy Hunt had just made history too, the first athlete ever in 92 years of this event to win 4 golds at one single championship. And Italy grabbed the top spot on the medal table in the very last race of the whole week, beating Great Britain in the men's 4x400 meter relay by just 0.03 of a second. 10 golds for Italy, 9 for Britain. Here's the detail everyone missed, and it's the wildest part of this whole story. Duplantis has won 4 European outdoor titles, and get this, he set a new championship record at every single one. Berlin, 2018, he was just 18 years old, only his second big senior meet, and he cleared 6.05 meters, his first ever 6-meter jump, his first senior gold. It introduced the world to him in one unforgettable night. Munich, 2022. He came back and pushed his own record higher to 6.06 meters on a wet night, first attempt. Rome, 2024. 6.10 meters, another record, another gold. And now Birmingham, 2026, 6.15 meters under the lights. 4 championships, 4 golds, 4 new records. For 8 straight years, his only real rival at this event has been himself, and he keeps beating that guy too. If you're loving this breakdown, hit subscribe. We break down the biggest track and field moments every single week. Now let's talk about why this gold meant so much more than the numbers show. Because 2026 has been a rough year for Mondo Duplantis. That's a sentence almost nobody saw coming. Look at what happened before Birmingham. On June 7th, at a meet in Stockholm in his own country in front of his own family, he lost. Australia's Curtis Marshall cleared 5.90 meters in wet, windy conditions. Duplantis only hit 5.80 and took second place. That loss snapped a win streak of about 40 straight competitions. He hadn't lost a single pole vault contest since July 2023. 3 years of total control gone in one rainy night. He later said he felt unfocused and he gave Marshall full credit instead of making excuses. Then in July, at a meet in London, he cleared 5.95 meters and had to walk away early with a problem in his left thigh. For a jumper whose whole event depends on an explosive sprint, a thigh injury hits at the worst possible time. Away from the track, he got married and moved his home base to Monaco. Life was full. Training got interrupted. His season had wobbled in a way it hadn't since 2023. So walking into Alexander Stadium, the real question wasn't if he'd win, it was whether he still had that extra gear once the bar passed 6 meters. 6.15 gave the answer, and outdoors too, which makes it even harder. Indoors, the air stays still and the runway stays steady. Outdoors, with falling temperatures and wind rolling through the whole stadium, every single centimeter costs more. Clearing 6.15 meters in those tough conditions on his first try after a season full of a loss and an injury, that's way harder than the number alone shows. And remember how high this man can still go. Back on March 12th at a meet in Uppsala, the very meet he helped build in his adopted Swedish hometown, he cleared 6.31 meters on his first attempt, his 15th world record. He'd already pushed the mark to 6.30 at the World Championships in Tokyo back in September 2025, and to 6.28 in Stockholm before that. In Birmingham, he didn't chase a 16th record. Temperature falling, wind refusing to calm down. He'd already locked up the gold and the record, so he zipped his jacket, packed his poles, and called it a night. Afterward, he sounded truly moved, not just going through the motions. He talked about how fast the years are flying by, about never taking any of this for granted, and about wanting to leave his mark every single time he steps on the track. He said the championship record feels really good, and coming from a man with 15 world records, that means something big. 4 in a row, he said, is pretty crazy, and he's right. He's only 26 years old, a 2-time Olympic champion from Tokyo and Paris, a 3-time world outdoor champion, a 4-time world indoor champion, and now a 4-time European champion who has never once won this title without rewriting the record book along the way. And the competition behind him is heating up. Keralis cleared 6.17 meters indoors back in February, a new Greek national record, second on the world all-time list. And he's now finished behind Duplantis at 2 European championships in a row. Curtis Marshall already proved the streak can break. The gap is still huge, but it's not forever anymore. Still, for one cold night in Birmingham, none of that mattered. Mondo Duplantis smashed the championship record again, just like everyone expected, and he did it in the middle of the toughest season of his adult career. Tell me in the comments, how high do you think he goes before he finally stops? 6.40? 6.50? Drop your number below. And if you want more from Birmingham, that video is waiting on your screen right now.